Hi Whovians, Harry here, and announcements for Doctor Who Season 1 are coming thick and fast. Recently, we had a teaser trailer for Doctor Who Season 1, and we also got the release date for when Season 1 premieres, and also there is talks of a full-length trailer coming this weekend. And there is some other news that I will talk about in this video, but before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe, also leave a like and comment down below. And let's get in to the video. So, this video is about the news that Steven Moffat is returning to write Doctor Who. So, there has been news that Steven Moffat is going to make a return to Doctor Who, writing at least one episode due to air in Season 1. And there have been rumours about his return for a while, and he said that he wasn't returning.
Mentioned it might be a bit too recent for you to come back as a showrunner, but potentially as a writer. I know you and Russell are very close, and you've written some incredible episodes.
Oh, I still think it's a bit. It would be a bit. I mean, career madness, even by my standards, to go back into a junior capacity on a show I used to run. I would have to be insane to do that.
But it has now been officially confirmed that he is writing at least one episode. And is going to air at least in the first part of Season 1. Now, if you don't know who Steven Moffat is or why this is a big deal, he was a writer in the first Russell T Davies era, and he made a lot of good episodes in that era, and he then succeeded Russell T Davies as showrunner from 2010 through to 2017, and he was the showrunner of the 11th and 12th Doctors era. So it is really big news to have him back as, writing an episode of Doctor Who, because, as I said, some of his episodes were the best in the era, and also he was showrunner. He led Doctor Who through, quite a rough patch. I mean, David Tennant had just left, and the BBC were thinking about cancelling that, but through the Matt Smith and Capaldi era, he lifted Doctor Who so that it became really popular in America, and of course now America has become a really big deal with the Disney Plus deal. So, as I said, he is writing at least one episode, and the person directing this episode will be BAFTA, Emmy and Golden Globe nominee Julie Ann Robinson. So she is obviously very accomplished, and she also is directing multiple episodes through Season 1. She is actually going to be kicking off the season directing the episode that succeeds The Church on Ruby Road, which was of course the Christmas special, the last episode that we saw, and she is like an accomplished director, of course, with the awards and nominations she has gotten. But also she has worked on blockbuster television series like Bridgerton, Orange is the New Black, and Scandal. And it seems like she is going to basically kick off the era directing most of the episodes, because it is theorised that Steven Moffat is writing the third episode in the series, and it is theorised that this is the landmine episode where the Doctor... basically where the whole episode takes place with the Doctor and he's standing on a landmine. And we've seen that in the trailers a bit. So, obviously, I really want to see what Steven Moffat does with this, very closed-in episode. He did it with, Amy's Choice. That was a very good closed-in episode. And I'm really excited to see what Julie can do with directing of this episode. And, of course, we got the Disney money now, so it should be looking very cinematic. And along with this announcement, Doctor Who also released some quotes from Steven Moffat and Julie Ann Robinson, so I'll just read them now. So first we have Steven Moffat, who said, "Yes, okay, fair enough. Apologies to everyone I've slightly misled. I am, in fact, writing an episode of the series of Doctor Who. Exactly like I said I never would. What can I tell you? There was begging, there was pleading, but finally Russell T Davies agreed to let me have another go, so long as I got out of his garden. Working with old friends and a brand new doctor, I couldn't be happier. Sorry I was a bit reticent on the subject for so long. It was all part of an elaborate plan that would have delighted millions, but at the last minute, I forgot what it was. So that, is, of course, is very nice. He's happy to be back writing an episode of Doctor Who. And, of course, he has been saying, like, since the rumours started that he would be returning, that he wasn't going to return.
Career madness, even by my standards, to go back into a junior capacity on a show I used to run. I would have to be insane to do that.
But now the news is out, and I think he's happy that he can just like drop saying that he's not in Doctor Who anymore, that he's not writing for Doctor Who anymore, and I can't wait to see what his episode is about. But we also have a quote from the director as well. So, Julianne Robinson says, "It was a tremendous honour to direct episodes of Doctor Who for the BBC and Disney+. This beloved franchise is 60 years old and still going strong. It's part of our collective memory as Brits. I've always admired Russell T Davies, and Ncuti Gatwa is an unbelievably talented actor who has stepped into the role of the 15th Doctor effortlessly, not to mention alongside the equally talented Millie Gibson. Steven Moffat gave me an intense challenge as a director. I asked him for a keyword to describe the overall tone of this episode, and he said, Hitchcock. I can't wait to see what everyone thinks. I'm grateful to Bad Wolf, the BBC, and Disney+. It was an incredible experience." So that's really nice. It shows that she likes Doctor Who, that of course she has seen the show before, she knows what goes into it, and she wants to work closely with the writer that wrote this episode, and of course it gives us a quick tease into what the episode might be about. So as she said, Hitchcock was one of the words that Steven Moffat used to describe this episode, and I looked into it. Hitchcockian means a character who switches sides and or who cannot be trusted, tension building through suspense to the point where the audience enjoys seeing the character in a life-threatening situation. So maybe the Doctor gets like a message through on psychic paper or the TARDIS from someone who he thinks he knows. However, he gets lured into stepping on a landmine, and he then is, of course, in a life-threatening situation. So it works out that this would be the landmine episode, and it just is a cool tease to maybe what this episode is about. And whilst I am happy that Steven Moffat is returning to write an episode, I know that he was a divisive showrunner, and some people aren't happy he's returning. Some people because, of course, they want new blood into the series, and I think it's just until Doctor Who gets back on stronger footing, because of course the ratings have been going down a little bit, but I think once we are past this first series, we will get some more new talent in, and some people just don't like Steven Moffat because of they think his episodes are a bit too convoluted or is not as good as Russell T Davies's. However, I do want to point out that in episode rankings, according to IMDb, the top 7 episodes of the New Who era are Steven Moffat penned episodes. All 7 of those episodes are Steven Moffat penned, and 4 of those episodes was when he was under Russell T Davies. So, I think that we are going to get a good episode. It might not be complete bangers like Blink or Heaven Sent, but it is going to be a good episode. And I think when Moffat has someone to rein him in to not be too over the top, that's when he does his best work. As I said, 4 of those episodes were when he was under, of course, Russell T Davies, and the best performing episode in the rankings is Blink. And of course, that was a Doctor Light episode, so Steven Moffat did that without the Doctor. So just think what he can do when he is writing an episode for the Doctor, as of course we have seen many times through his era, like Heaven Sent is the second highest rated episode, and that is just a Doctor episode. So I can't wait to see what Steven Moffat does with this episode, and how Julianne Robinson will direct this episode. But that is just my thoughts. As I said, Doctor Who news has been coming in thick and fast. This has only come out recently, and I just wanted to get a video out for you guys, because Steven Moffat, of course, kept repeating himself that he wasn't returning, and it is now confirmed that he is. So let me know down in the comments below what you think of Steven Moffat's return. Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Did you like his writing of Doctor Who, or not? Let me know down in the comments below. And also, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, also subscribe, and share it out, and I will see you in the next one.